Hello everyone, this is Teamcrafter. I don't know a lot about this game, but I've been very much looking forward to it, which always seems like kind of a contradiction, but what I mean is, I know a little bit, which makes me excited, and so I've avoided information because I want to experience it in full. Now, the game's not out yet, this is a demo, but this is the game that it could be one day. Teamcrafter is a game made by Teamcraft. They have a website for crafting and video games. I actually don't know if it's more than just Final Fantasy XIV. That's what I know it from. And crafting, gathering, etc. All the little peripheral things that you know and love in your MMO, or maybe you just don't engage with. But as someone who really enjoys fishing in Final Fantasy XIV, but doesn't really enjoy the rest of the game that much, this really excites me as a game that is focused on that element of the game. And not just a cozy sim, not just a Stardew Valley or a farming game or a fishing game even. It is focused on those things, but still set within that fantasy world of adventure, and I'm really excited to see what they've done with it. So, I know a little bit, and you can see right here, Teamcrafter, new run. Yes, this is a roguelite experience. So, let's see how it goes. Pick your adventurers. Okay. How does this work? Shield, wand, sword, okay. Do I click on these? Ah, I see. I have to fill each of these slots. So, while I have heard that there's an element of auto battle to this, right? You are the person who's, I guess, outfitting your team, but you still have a team who's going off and doing the adventures. That's cool. We've got, it looks like a Dark Knight or a Paladin. Guardian or Dark Knight. I'll take the Guardian. I think Dark Knights are cool, but they're a little bit too cool. We only have one option for our healer, a White Mage. And then we can have, I guess, we get two of these three. We get the Sword Master. I actually really like the pixel art in this. They did a great job. The Archer and the Black Mage. I like my wizards. But if we're going wizard, the question is, do I want a Sword Master to be up in the front with my Guardian, or is the Guardian good enough on their own? That is the question. Honestly, a whole bunch of ranged and then one tank is kind of my jam, but I can't promise that that will be good enough. I think I'll go Sword Master instead of Archer. Let's take a look. They're just throwing us in here. There's no tutorialization so far. I think there might be some online, but I haven't looked at anything. I'm just in it. This is first look. Let's go. So, I'm neither of those adventures. Can I WASD? I can WASD. Good. Can I click? Oh, that's a swing. Okay. Can I right click? No. Okay. So we've got this over here. Looks like scroll wheel to switch between my useful things. That's nice. So, swing a thing, pick an axe, sheath a thing. Alright, cool. I don't really want to just cut down this tree. I probably am supposed to be, but we're in town clearly. Let's go talk to somebody. Thanks for playing our playtest. This note will tell you some interesting things during the demo. Okay. I have to click to continue, I guess? That's it. Okay, how do I... Oh, I click on. I can't just hit E to skip this. Sorry, this is Oh, I can hit space to skip that. Okay, or not to skip, but to close it. Great. That's some water. Alright. Whoa, is that a neon sign? Shop! What are these? No matching collectible. Okay. You can purchase new blueprints at the workshop. Okay. What's this? Anything? No. Got it. Okay. I can hit escape to get out of that. Okay, it says in the top corner there. I'm just gonna do the hugging the wall thing until something changes to make sure I'm not missing anything cool. Fishing, but I guess not available right now. Okay. I don't know how much is in the demo. There is a Discord if you would like to join it. There is a Kickstarter. I don't know if the Kickstarter is still going on or not. I think it might be over, but it has all the links that are relevant there. Oh, I mean blacksmith. What's this? Pick a blueprint among the ones you have on the list, and then click on craft to start crafting. Apprentice robe. So do I not have any of these things yet? Do I want to craft? Takes me 30 minutes. Memento. I wonder what that means. Alright, so we've got Elemental Staff, Power 5%. We've got Apprentice Robe, Mana 10%. That seems pretty good. Healer Robe, Piety. Don't know what that means. Healing Rod, Power. Heavy Armor, Armor. Life Ring, HP. Power Ring, Power. Shield, Power, and Armor. And then Straight Sword is Power. I'm noticing that there's also this symbol here. Oh, Terra. Okay, so they have elements as well. I don't know what that, like, means at the moment, like, why that matters, but I will, sure. I think extra mana seems good. Honestly, let's get our healer getting better at healing. That seems relevant. Okay, what to say? Left page, implicits. Base stats that you will increase by assembling energy. Talents, improving your adventures as energy gauges fill through assembly. Find resources that generate the energies needed by the implicits and talents you set. I don't know what that means. Like, this is an implicit? And then this is the base stat that will be increased, okay. And then talents are this thing. I don't have any talents yet. Okay, so space, right page. Here you accumulate various energies, even hybrid ones. Terra, Flora, Aqua, Aero, Echo, and Solar, okay. You can use solar energy to enhance the other 5, okay, through 2 different methods. Solar in the center. By placing a solar energy in the center of the system, the other energy is placed on the outside of the system will be multiplied. Solar resources have different multipliers. The solar resources, I guess I have different things that produce resources. Okay. Solar on the outside. Non-solar energies placed in the center of the system will be multiplied by the number of resources containing at least 1 solar on the outside. Okay. So do I have any of these things? Oh, okay. You have no resources at the moment. Gather some by exploring biomes. Explore biomes by interacting with the portal. Okay, so I don't have anything yet. But I wonder how much crafting is like actually using stuff, or if it's purely this elemental system. I do like a streamlining, but that might be a bit too streamlining. Okay, got it. Cool. So I can't do this right now. They're just teaching me how. What's Memento do? Healer's Robe, Memento. This doesn't mean anything to me. I don't know what that means. Oh, also, wait. Do I not have... Oh, okay, I do have all the options still. Great. Got some water here. Let me just actually go up further and see if there's anything up top. Uh-huh, cool. Anything behind here? Anything back here? No? Okay. Great. Down here, I got a cursor on the screen. Look at this cursor. Little wall. So, I'm just following the outside right now, which means I might end up missing stuff in the middle, like this. Ooh, actually, speaking of, can I click on these? No, okay. You need to equip your 4 adventures with a weapon and armor and an accessory. Cool. Simple, I like that. Okay. Guardian. Here you can find all the information and stats you need to understand how this adventure will behave during the fight. Equip this adventure with some gear. Okay. You don't have crafted gear. Click on the craft new item. Oh, I can craft directly from here. That's convenient. Okay, shield. Sure. Craft. But I can't craft. Okay. It's tutorializing things when I can't actually do it yet. It's funny. I feel like a lot of games do this thing where they will tutorialize something slower, and I'm always like, "Come on, let me actually do the thing." Like, why are you gating me? But here, if they just didn't teach me this yet, that would probably be fine because I can't actually finish the tutorial. So let's let me switch between my characters. Oh, sweet. Okay, I can at least read about how they work. 2,000 HP, presumably. It doesn't say that. 750 magical abilities. Resistances. Sure. What's this do? Anything? No. Behavior. So yes, this is an auto battler. Okay, cool. I'm into this. I like auto battlers, but I feel like they have to be pretty streamlined. Like, I like the ones that are just like a card with some stats. So we'll see if this is a bit too in-depth to be relevant. Like, I feel like if they get too nuanced, they end up being a little bit ungrockable, which, I mean, I guess that says get good, but what I mean is, like, I don't know, being able to actually, like, do the math and see the obvious synergies and stuff is beneficial to making it flow well. Aggro, another adventurer. Taunt, increases own aggro by 15. So here we're seeing game terminology terms without being defined. And while I know what that means probably, it would be nice to see stuff like that actually defined. So this, yeah, by down here we can see aggro 2. So by default it is aggro 2, which, okay, I guess that means, you know, being drawn and stuff, but, like, you know, not everyone is aware of these sort of aggro mechanics of light MMOs. Again, I play Final Fantasy 14, and I have no idea how aggro works in that game, because I don't need to. I don't play a tank. Increases own aggro by 15 and reduces allies' aggro by 5. Cool. Incoming tank buster that would target adventurer. Shield up. Applies shield up, not defined, to the adventurer for 3 turns. Okay. Can use action. Shield bash. Base 770, 250 power, 15. Oh, 250 power, 15 strength, 50. So I don't know how this is calculated at all, right? Like, I guess, is it like some kind of multiplier or something? Power 15, strength 50. Somehow that turns the number 250 into 770. Is that what they're saying? Like, not tutorialized. Which is fine. Like, this is a demo. If you have to go outside to tutorialize yourself, that is okay. I have not done that, because I like to see how a game tutorializes it. And that's the thing, is that if there is no tutorialization eventually, that's problematic. And then fallback. Attack, base 230, perform a single target attack. Okay, interesting. So these top 3 ones have mana cost, 100, 200, 500, which is kind of a lot. But also, this is talking about behavior. So I'm curious if when I fight I'm supposed to, like, choose what type of behavior I'm doing? I'm not sure. Or, like, like, if there's an incoming tank buster that would target an adventurer, this shields up. If there's another adventurer gets aggroed, then they will use taunts. If they can use an action, that seems odd. And if they're falling back, right? Like, okay, that's cool. Behavior. Tank will die, then cure. So if the tank would die, cure them. Cool. Heals a single ally, which is 819, which means the base is 400. Okay, so actually you can see a difference here. This says base 770, base 230, and then it has this little thing in the middle here, which I think is a typo there, right? Here, we've got the total value, and then it says base 400, which is then modified by POW 10 and POW 50. Again, how does that actually add up to 819? I don't know, and I would like to know. I feel like having small grockable numbers lets you do all the battles better. When I get to be the person hitting the buttons and swinging the sword, you can have a lot more complicated systems, I feel like, because you have that, your own personal control is affecting things. Whereas here, you have to wind it up and let it go, so it has to be very clear what winding it up will do. Average party HP below 60%, then healing choir will go, which is 409 to all party members. Cool. And then a party member is below 650, 65% HP, cure them. So if the average is below 60, it does this big cure to everyone. If a single one is below 665%, it'll heal, I guess, that ally. It doesn't say that ally, but presumably. And then during fallback, they will do a prayer which recovers mana instead of actually fighting. Cool. Oh, can I get... okay, thank you. This seems clear enough. I'm starting to think... I would like to know what these stats mean. Let's see if we can do the math here. 200 base. Power 10. Piety 50. How would I get to 409? Like, that's such a weird number. I have no idea. I have to move on. Maybe they'll explain it later. Maybe once I started venturing, they'll tutorialize stuff and they just assumed I'd go directly to the portal. I'm sorry, if you expect your player to go directly to a big shining portal, maybe some players will, but this player does not. Black Mage. Adventurer doesn't have a buff, then they'll use Thunderous. which says Thunder, or doesn't have the buff Thunderous. I see. They'll use Thunder, which costs 800 mana to deal damage, performing a single target attack. If they can use an action, otherwise they will do Ice. Maybe it's one of those things where it goes top to bottom. It will check this one. If this is true, they'll do this. Otherwise, they'll do the next one. I'm kind of into that. Like, as much as I'm saying I think that auto battlers should be relatively streamlined, I like the idea of having these, like, flow charts that are actually quite predictable. I think that's very fun. If they can use an action, they'll use Ice, which is 600 mana for 1200, and perform a single target attack. I'm wondering if this doesn't have the buff Thunderous. Like, do you think this also gives buff Thunderous? Because it doesn't say that, so I don't know. And then fallback, they prayer to get 300. Oh, here it is, Sparks of Regret. 0 mana, base 161, deals damage to everyone. Everyone or all enemies? When does this go off, though? It says work in progress. Oh, it last breath. That's so faint. Do you see that? It's incredibly faint. So I guess it's when they die. They damage everyone. They're a bomb. That's fun. And Swordmaster. Behavior. If they're the last adventurer alive, they do or die. They do a huge attack against a single target for 0 mana. If the target doesn't have the... Let's say, I think it is like a top-down flowchart. They check this. If this is true, they do this. Otherwise, if the target doesn't have a debuff, they use doesn't have broken armor, they will use Armor Break, dealing 483 damage, performing a single target attack, inflicting broken armor for 5 turns. So then next time their turn comes around, it'll say, are you the last adventurer? No. Do they have broken armor? Yes. And then it'll go on to, can use an action, they will use Powerful Slice. Otherwise, they will fall back and do this attack instead, I guess. Powerful Slice, 400, do a single target. These, a lot of damage. Wow, I did not really expect those numbers to get so big. Like, this is my wizard. 640. I wonder what Thunderous does. It super doesn't say. Alright, well that's cool. That's all the guys. Let's see how this works. Oh, what's this? Andarta. So, the basics. Current target is the Fire Demon. So we're gonna go after the Fire Demon. Can I just start a fight from here? I think I can. I mean, I'm gonna ignore that button for now. And then we're in Andarta, I guess? It requires 3 charges to inflict 5,000 damage to every enemy. 1 charge gained every time an adventurer deals more than 5,000 damage with a single action. Oh. I don't know what this means. I don't know if this is like a thing I'm trying to trigger or if I'm trying to avoid and it's like an attack that the opponent has. This isn't Andarta. It doesn't say Fire Demon, so I'm not sure. Can I do more than 5,000 attack? I don't think I can. So it makes me wonder if that's something that I'm like supposed to try and do. Like I'm trying to tech my party to do that. So I can fight from here if I want to. I'm gonna continue exploring the town for now. This is honestly, I do really like the pixel art in this. I do hope that we can customize our character later, because I love character customization. Is that gold? And then home. Oh! So that advanced time, it looks like. Earn some money by selling materials you don't need at the shop. Am I, like... 4 days, 0 hours. 4 days. So I guess time is going constantly. Huh. Well, let's see what happens if we go up here. Ooh, can I read this? No. So this is where... Oh, did I come here before? Yes. Okay. That's the shop. That's the food shop that was closed. This is the barracks. Alright, so this is the portal. So the barracks does go to the fight, but I can do the portal to get materials first. Okay. This is a rock. What? Okay, caves, plains, swamp. Caves have small rocks, which I can mine with a pickaxe to get gravel, copper, and quartz, and iron ore. They also have shiny rocks, which I can use for gypsum, flint rock, pyrite, gold nugget, diamonds. Okay. Black rocks, which gives me flint, coal, amethyst, stone, firestones, and emeralds. Gypsum, gravel, opal, iron ore can be gotten from rock pools? I don't know what a rock pool is. And a big rock, gravel, copper ore, clay powder, rutile, and Warpament. Regular mushrooms can be used with a sickle to get Devil's Cage, whatever that is. Centipedes, and Big Mycena. Okay. And then irregular mushrooms with a sickle, Snake Shed, Devil's Cage, Centipede, Divine Mushroom. Plains, we got some other things. Wheat ears, and feather. Maple, for some wood, some bark, some maple keys, some hardwood, some maple leaf. Oak, feather, wood, just wood. Wait, this makes, oh, it said wood as well. Okay, wood, bark, we don't care about the type of wood, got it. Poplar, rhinoceros beetle, moss, hardwood. Weeping willow, wood, feather, butterfly, moss. Medlar, wood, butterfly, medlar, fruit. But it does seem, I'm not sure if these specific things actually matter, or it's just that they have these different stats. Also, I guess you can sell things, which is kind of cool. Columnar bush, dandelion, tiny berries, butterflies, acmella, and big bush, dandelion, small droops, feather, chia seeds. Cool. Here's evasion. Wait, can I use these for things? Berserker, evasion, agility, vivacity? Huh. Interesting. And then swamp. Dandelion, small droop, centipede, rhinoceros beetle. This one seems to have a lot of mixed stuff, which I'm kind of into. I can get all sorts of things here. Yeah, let's start here. Go into the swamp. I assume these are safe areas because I'm going the like forager and the crafter, not the party. Okay. Well, let's start with the pickaxe. Okay, that's gonna take a while. I can't click and hold. If I click and hold, I get a swing. Oh, there's a little... Yeah, I get it. Okay. You see the little exclamation point happening? Oops. So it goes towards where my cursor is. I didn't realize that. I thought it was just always the direction I was facing. Okay. I'm kind of into a little, not quick time event exactly, but ooh. So presumably I have energy. Is that down here? Yes. Okay, so it uses energy. Oh, right, I have to hold. That's a really small window. Wow. Oops. I feel like I'm getting that timing. Oh, it needs to get bigger. I was just doing it as soon as I saw the exclamation point. Yeah, you see how it gets bigger there? Okay, cool. Let's try and get some of everything. So, this gives me... Okay. Is this consuming more? That consumed 5. That consumed also 5. Okay, so I should always be doing charge attack. Cool. I'm actually kind of into that. I feel like oftentimes games will be like, oh, you can use the charge attack, and it's worth more progress, but also it takes more stuff, and it's like hard to... I don't know. It's like inconsistent if it's better or not. Whereas this is always better, even if I mess it up, which I like. Because I'm messing it up a lot. Ah! When your endurance is empty, you can maintain the key, shown to summon a portal and go back to town. Is that a translation thing? Maintain the key. That's a weird phrase. Maintain the key. Well, I assume if I hit F, I'll make a portal, and I don't want to do that right now, so I'm going to ignore that for the time being. Can I walk in this water? Oh, I move slower. There's no animation for it. Again, demo. But, cool. I want to get rid of this thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's actually, like, doesn't take that many hits either. This might be a good source. No, it's a bad source of wood. You know what? Fair enough. I should have expected that. So, I'm into this. This is just nice, cozy, like gathering. I was talking to my girlfriend the other day about how, like, I do really like farming games, but farming is the thing I like the least about them. I like the foraging, I like the fishing, I like the you know, all sorts of different stuff in the games, and just, is not the farming usually. Can I pick these up? No, they're nothing. Okay. So I don't know if there's going to be farming in this game or not, but I'm kind of excited for this. This seems pretty cool to me. Okay, this is one of those ones that's just like a single log, huh? Oh, I got a centipede. Okay. Oh, that's a cool looking tree. So I wonder if I can review. Oh, tab inventory. Okay. Gears. I don't have any gear. Character. This is me. Luck. I guess it's my stat, not my name. I would love it if the community just started to like refer to the player character as Luck. Like that's just like became their de facto name on accident. That'd be very fun. A little bit of trivia. Not like trivia, like a weird video game historyism. Yeah, if that ended up being a thing, that'd be very cute. Strength 20, endurance 800, quantity, rarity. Oh, okay, I get it. Like when you drop, you're getting the 100% of the normal quantity, 100% of the normal rarities, and then you can modify those values. That's cool. Move speed, light radius, sleep duration, interesting. Fight costs. Exploration. Okay, this is what I wanted to know. Where I am, these are the things I can look for. So if I'm looking for something specific, which right now I'm not looking for anything specific, but if we just look at my elements, we can see I've got a couple of green things, or whatever these are called. Does it tell me what this is? No, it doesn't. Okay. Flora. No wind, air. We got some dirt. We got some water, but not that much. We got one echo, and we got a couple of solars. So I think I should be looking for arrow if I can find it. Water if I can find it, and then these two. So water, air, water, echo, solar. Let's see what we have. Does anything do that? This one, rhinoceros beetles have a chance. So in this specific thing, there's also some water in the small droops in the centipede. Bald cypress can get me moss, and that's worth 50 bucks if I want to get rid of it. Magic economy, interesting. Black willows. Shame we don't have like a full image here. It's like kind of a small image, so I can't necessarily be sure that I'm cutting down the right thing, but whatever. Reishi, feather. Oh, they have rarity as well. That's good to know. Common, rare, epic. So I think these are actually pretty easy to knock down. They only give you a single log, but they have a chance to give you some other things. Like the quantity is low, but the rare items are very good. Ooh, okay, cool. I'm getting it. Ooh, feathers. We should be going for feathers. They look pretty good stats. I'm digging this so far, actually. Actually, this is pretty dang cool. Kapuk, wind, cool, epic rarity, though. I don't think I should go for epic rarity right now. I should be going for things that will look more reliable. What I was saying before, I think I started saying this. I'm not sure if I finished. Holy crap, you can find a dinosaur skull just in a small boulder. That seems unlikely, but okay. Cool. Is that... I wonder how much the time passage of time system matters. Because I can just grind. Even though I have the stamina system and I want to get as much done as I can per day, I could just go to sleep and go to the next day. Which has always been kind of like a weird push and pull thing for me with like Stardew Valley type games. Where I'm like, do I want to? Mossy Brock seems pretty good actually. Do I want, I want to make the most of my day because I feel like I should. But like, is that relevant? Does the game care if I do that? I guess it matters if I'm trying to like get things done before the season's over. Especially if you're doing like farming, but again. Not the part I'm really excited about. A lot of solar stuff, and I think solar seems very important. It seems like kind of the most important catalyst. It's not necessarily the most important thing, but it is like a multiplier, so it's very important to have access to, it looks like. Feather here, so tall ferns might be a good thing for me to go for. Lily pads, oh, I didn't know I could get a lily pad. Okay, good to know. I'll look out for lily pads. And deadwood. Deadwood, yeah, alright. So, I'm thinking small mossy rocks and big mossy rocks. I think, yeah, not small boulders, but small mossy rocks and big mossy rocks seem good. And I'll also look for some ferns. The wood seems also fine, but not what I'm going for. Okay, so that looks like a big mossy rock. I'm not sure what a boulder looks like exactly. Oh, I'm gonna get this. This is awesome. I'm very much enjoying this. I'm usually a fan of the actual acquisition not being too much of a mini game. Like, I am known to quite like fishing games, and I do like fishing games. I prefer them when they're not really that in-depth. I like when there's a little bit going on, but like, that's not really what I'm there for. I just want to fish. So, something that's like this, it's just enough that something's happening, but it's not that complicated. I do enjoy that quite a bit, actually. So I see what was happening before. I missed because I was going too early, because I was like, oh, I joined the point. Cool. So rocks. Are these the tall ferns? Is that what the... No, the tall ferns were like yellow, weren't they? Oh, you have to really pull that one back, huh? Rhinoceros beetle. That's good. But I think those aren't the ferns, right? Exploration. Oh, maybe they are. Oh, no, that's a small fern. It's definitely a small fern. Tall ferns have to be big in that case. If these are small ferns. Okay. Walking around, does it consume any stamina? I don't think so. So I could do some exploring. Hello? Okay, I want to get this rock first. That's a really cool looking rock. I'm going too late now. It's like, you don't actually want to go when it becomes full, but you want to go right before it does that, but not too far soon. As soon as it appears, it's too early. It's wild. Oh, that's a tall fern. What is that? That is wild. Alright. I'm honestly, I'm so digging this already. I just like a... Oh, I'm out of stamina. Okay, I like that it didn't just make me collapse. I can still walk around, I can like talk to people, I can do things. I don't just die. I can actually go home. I always felt like a lot of games would be like, well, you ran out of stamina, you collapse. And it just felt like I probably shouldn't work myself to exhaustion every day. So just being like, no, you can't do any more work. But you still get to have, you still have to walk home. You don't just get like picked up and brought to your house. And now I can talk to this guy. Traveling salesman. I do wish there was a bit more like, I am the traveling salesman, and I bet there will be, but like, you know. I don't have any money. This doesn't mean anything to me, but cool. Cool that this guy exists. What does this do? A supreme ring? Cost me 750 minutes. 50 minutes? What do you think that means? Do you think that means like this is a recipe to make one on my own, and the recipe is that much time? Or do you think it's like I'm still selling it for the next 50 minutes or something? I have no idea. Alright, well, let's skedaddle. I'm going to explore a bit. I think this is supposed to be roguelite, so I think there is going to be a bunch of... these are all randomized biomes. But I still kind of want to explore and see if there's anything cool. I guess if I see something cool and I can't, like, interact with it, that's going to be kind of a bummer. Whoa, do you think you can actually hit this? Do you think this is, like, a real thing you can interact with, or is it just terrain? It's hard to know what is terrain and what is not. Oh, well, I guess there's no going back, is there? No, I just use F here. Wow. Whoa. That is, pretty complicated. Alright. You should go to your house to sleep. A full 8 hours night will make you recover all your endurance. Thank you, house. So I like the idea of... How do I put this? Oftentimes roguelikes feel weird and they like go like, oh, magic is changing the dungeon or whatever. But this is like... You're being sent to a random place in the swamp that you haven't foraged in yet, and then you have this ability to teleport back home. So it just makes sense that you're always showing up somewhere different. I think that's cool. So yeah, it's weird you just go, it's like, no, you slept. It's like, alright, I slept. Do you think being night matters? Like, do you think different things are going to happen at night? Maybe. Alright, so I do have stuff now. Oh, look at me. I have stuff now. What can I do with this stuff, though? Is this just selling it? Oh, this is just selling it for value, I guess. Is it, though? Insolence. Toughness. Beefy. Is this just giving me the stats on the item? Actually, yeah, let's check that. If I go to my inventory... Yes, it's just giving me the stats on the item. Got it. Okay, cool. So I can make an informed decision when I sell it. That's fun. Let's see if we can do any crafting. Alright. Apprentice Robe, 10% mana. Seeing how expensive those mana things are, I think that might be relevant. Healer Robe, Piety, 5%. Healing Rod, Power, 2%. I'm going to take a look at this again. Okay, so we know what the stats of our team is, right? We can look at this and we can say, okay, White Mage, this heals 819 because the base is 40, and then it's increased by Power of 10, Piety 50. If this is a percentage, yeah, if this is a percentage, what does that mean? Because that item said it was going to increase my piety by 5% and my power by 2. Would that increase my power to 12? Or would it be like 10.2 or whatever, right? I'm expecting 12. But that implies that this is a percentage. But it's not like 10% of 400 would be 40, and 10% and 50% of 400 would be 50. Wait, no. Yeah. 50% of 400 is 200, but it's not like the total is 640, right? So that can't be what's happening. I don't know. No idea. I guess I can't know yet. It's too early to know these things. Oh, is this a different... Oh, this is a different shop, I think. Oh, wait, or is it? It is a different shop. This is the anvil, which I can use to craft things. And then this is the workshop. I did not realize that. Can I pay other people to craft it? Ah, I can just buy stuff from here. But again, 30 minutes. Is that how long it takes to get? Everything takes time in this game. Okay. I have no money, so I can't do that. Okay. Alright, let's try and actually make something. I think that our healer doing stuff seems great. This is Piety 5. Let's try crafting it. Healer robe. Select a resource that has a talent. Oh, I can add a talent to this. Okay, I see. So, we've got toughness, beefy, soul barrier, vivacity. And, wait. And also, insolence. I don't know what these do, though. So that's a little bit of a bummer. Right? Like, that's not very helpful, unfortunately. Is it these? Are these what that means? Beefy. 5 strength. 300. Strength is... Does this mean that it gives them the ability beefy if the item's element of Terra goes above 100, they get plus 5 strength, and 300 they get this instead? Huh. I'm guessing I'm right about that. Insolence is bonus aggro generation. I wonder how aggro works. Is it just like you need to generate aggro to keep up with the normal like aggro degeneration, or is it like a randomization? It's like if I have 50 aggro and my other guy has 10, it rolls a number and it's the 50 has like a 5 times more likely to be hit. Fire resistance. Resistance is always good. And celerity. I don't know what celerity is. That's not a stat I'm used to. Let's go take a look at some things. I'm sorry that I'm just running back and forth, but I feel like this is how you learn stuff about a game like this. So, do you have celerity? No. Celerity's not even one of these stats. Everyone's got piety, intelligence, dex, and strength. Yeah, so celerity is down here. Okay, so aggro is a stat, celerity is a stat, dodge is a stat. Celerity might be like mana regeneration, maybe? I could see that. Celerity also means like speed, right? So it might be like how quickly it becomes your turn, like ATB style. It could be yeah. Okay, so yeah, celerity is either it's something to do with speed. So it's either like how fast your turn comes up or how fast your mana regenerates. I don't know why, but celerity always just feels like a very magic-y like word to me. So even though it doesn't have an inherent association with magic, I do have that assumption. Cool. All right. Piety 5, power 2. Okay. I'm gonna ignore that for now. So, pick a collectible. I already got tutorialized on this, so I have kind of forgotten how this works. I'm just worrying about these stats here, I guess. Ah, okay. 1.25. 1.25. None. Okay. So, presumably, if I'm understanding this right, this wants aqua for some reason? Maybe that makes this stronger? Oh, plus 0 piety. 5%. 5% of what? Oh, wait. Piety. Oh, it increases my piety by 5% of the water element I add. Okay, that changes things. So that's why when I looked at the barracks, it didn't add up. That's not what that means. It's not a percentage at all. Okay, yeah, let's see what we can do. So I can give a big water here in the middle, right? I can say water 400, water 200, and then surround the outside with multipliers. Or I can put a multiplier in the middle, like pyrite, and then I can surround that by water. Well, let's see. This is, if I use 2 centipedes, that's, so 4 and 4 would be water. If I do 3 centipedes, does that give me 1200? Or does only the outside or inside count? I mean, let's just see what happens if I try it, right? 100 and 400, because that's what it is. Okay. Okay. If I swap this out for a solar, that's 1,000. This one only has 200 here, but it still says 1.25. Still 1,000, but I have less solar if I need solar for some reason. Okay. Likewise, if I instead, let's say I do this, and then I put one of these over, yeah, here. That's 800, because multiplied by 2, but it's still less than just using 2 of them. So if I really just want to go hard and water, this actually is the biggest number. Interesting. However, I might want one of these things that cares about Terra. Strength is not relevant to this character, but toughness might be. I don't want them to die. So let's throw toughness on here, and then let's add in one of these multipliers, and then that will give us some bonus toughness as well, right? Or, yeah, so it goes from 300, because, oh, well, that's because it actually has toughness. Because it just has Terra energy. Okay. I mean, yeah, let's do that. Why not? That sounds cool. Ooh, is it not high enough to matter? Toughness 1 out of 7, 150 to the next. So it's not relevant, is the thing. And the piety bonus is 50. I'm not sure how much this feels like crafting, but it is a cool little, like, puzzle, and I do enjoy little puzzles. Huh. On the other hand, I don't even need to use that at all. I can do something like this. Okay, grass. So I guess the thing here that's interesting to me is that this is all wasted. Unless I'm allowed to continue to buff this rogue later, which I probably can, but I could just go with this quartz here. Ah, but then I don't make it at all. Ah, I see. Alright, I mean, yeah, let's do this. Why not? Let's see how it goes. Craft. Healer's robe. This is how it's going to work. Craft complete. Healer robe, 50 piety. It will give me plus 200 HP, 10 armor, 1% bonus to armor, and all element resistances plus 2. Seems pretty good. Okay. Now, do I get that immediately? It said 30 minutes. So let's see. I assume it is in progress, but I didn't see any visual indicator of that, so I'm not 100% sure. White Mage. Equip your adventure with the best you can to win this fight. You can also craft equipment from the anvil. Okay. So, I don't have that. However, I did not do that. I made myself a cloak. Ah, so it's done already. Oh, okay. I get it. It just consumes time because the clock is always ticking, right? 3 days, 7 hours. It's not actually going to make me wait. I like that. That's sweet. Good job. Good job, game. Alright, cool. In that case, let's make at least one thing for all of the party members, I think. Alright. Oh, are you only allowed to use certain things by certain characters? I didn't even check that. Oh, I have to check that now. That's important. Very important to me. So, White Mage, I want you to unequip that, please. No, they actually are typed, it looks like. Interesting. Okay, I mean, that's probably for the best, but also kind of weird because there's no indicator as far as I can tell. So I'm going to look for one. Maybe there is an indicator, I just didn't know what to look for. So let's see. It just says it's a shield. It just says it's a body. It doesn't say it's tank. I guess you just have to. I guess it's important to sort by these roles. Otherwise, how would you know, right? So tank, armor plus 5, power plus 5, and armor plus 5. But they're using different stats. But you want solar anyway because it's a multiplier, so that seems pretty good. Right? That just seems better. If I'm only getting one. Which I don't have to only get one, but... What's Memento do again? I don't know. Maybe it just tells me my best one that I've made so far. Alright, so again, this one wants the two things I just did, so I might just build this very similarly. This is quartz, and now we want something that's not just that. So what's the biggest number we can get? 700, 200. 600, 600, that's a lot. I think the 600, 600 seems the best, and I have a lot of them. So let's just do this. Oh, that's a lot. That's a big number right there. And that means we also want... Do we do the beefy? Let's do the beefy. Woo! That's maxed out. What was it take? I don't like how they do this. I think this is a weird thing that they do. I couldn't look at its stats because it wasn't on the list because I already had it. 1,600 is what makes that max out. And I'm doing 2,700. Let's do it. Why not? Alright. Now, my melee fighters... Oh, and tank. Ah, I see. Who can wear? What do they buff? Ah, very good. Okay. So, my tank can use this. My melee can use this. I don't know exactly who that involves. Is that, like, my Swordmaster's a melee, I guess? But my tank is also a melee, maybe? Range, meaning archer, I assume. Weird that's still there. My mage can use these. My healer, we've already given some stuff to. And then someone else, which we don't have access to yet. Okay, so I need something for my sword user and something for my mage. Let's do the mage first. Mana bonus, so they don't run out. Power, so they do more damage. I think mana's more important because it seems like you're going to hit something and kill it, and then you, like, maybe you need to kill one more than one target. Although so far it looks like this is just a guy, so maybe I don't need to worry about that, but I don't know. Can you turn off Memento? I don't know why this is still here. Okay. That's fine. I'm going to go with the Apprentice Robe. I'm going to craft an Apprentice Robe. It needs water. I'm going to run out of water. Okay. Well, I guess we go with Centipede in the center, right? Because that's what we learned is that the center, if you can't do more than one, that's what you got to do? Okay. Actually, before we commit to this, is this also water? No, this one is Echo. Do I have any Echo? Maybe that's easier for me. Well, I have 10 of these. That doesn't really add up to much, does it? Not really. 30 power, huh? Okay. But this one I only have the one thing. Only 40 mana. And the mana seems like it costs like 800. Alright. Well, but we could add some multipliers. Let's do these multipliers. That's a lot more. I guess. But I have nothing I can add here. What do we got? Insolence is aggro, we don't want that. Celerity, we don't know what that does. Probably not even that good because they can't use their magic. Okay, so I don't usually have a lot of things that get used anyway, so it's not a huge deal that I'm not using this, but it feels a little bad. How high can I get the number if I go with these for 2 of them? Normally it would be 600, but I'm going to swap in. That's 500 instead. Interesting. I don't think that that's relevant. You know, I think I'm just going to do this. I think that plus 30 seems like a pretty big number for power. I have nothing to add here. Oh. Soul Barrier. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, great. Awesome. Make that. And then, we want something for not tank, but melee. So I could just get a heavy armor for my melee. But sword. Have you considered sword? Everything requires the same stuff. I'm gonna take the armor. I think armor's probably what I want. I can just go all out with the quartz, can't I? Do I want 2 quartz on the outside? I think I want 1 quartz here, 1 quartz here, and then I want, like, whatever this, what is this? I just added something. What did I add to that? Pyrite. It's epic. Alright, well, let's just do some math here. 282514. And now we're going to try and swap these out and see how it changes. 290014. That's a bigger number. Ever slightly, but it is bigger. Alright, and I have nothing else to add. I don't have any air, so the velocity doesn't matter. Yep, okay. That's the only one we have that we can add right now. And I could just go for another jaunt and get more materials and come back. So, the flow of this game is going to be interesting. Because I am encouraged to go do some more foraging to get more materials for talents. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. But I'm just curious. Does this have a talent? This has insolence on it. But I'm not gaining any flora, so I think that's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna craft this. Yep, just a big armor piece. Okay, let's do a fight. I think probably the right thing to do is to do more gathering, do more gathering, do more gathering, do more gathering. I mean, hey, I'm here to gather, right? I'm not here to fight. But shield. The shield is your weapon. Oh, that's funny. The armor is not for you though, because that's the only thing I got for my other one, which is you. You only have armor, so you better get armor. All right, let's fight. Let's see what happens. Fire demon used flame breath. Okay. I can pause. I can also just choose to wipe at any time. Okay. So none of these even have health bars. I don't even know how much health my team has. What do I mean by pause? Okay, it is pause. I was like, did it pause? White mage used prayer. White mage recovers 300. Black mage used ice. So we saw previous. Oh, this is this banner. Ah, I see. So I am trying to actually activate it. Good to know. Sweet art though, honestly. So we're seeing there is that behavioral thing we were talking about earlier. First thing Guardian did was shield bash. White mage used healing choir. I guess everyone took a big hit. Guardian recovers HP because of the healing choir. Black mage uses thunder because Black mage has applied thunderous for 4 turns. I don't know what that does. It doesn't say anywhere, but oh, it's this. I guess. Okay, cool. Intelligence increased by 10. Cold penetration is increased by 20. So a lot of these like fiddly numbers, we'll see how much that feels like just kind of too many numbers that just kind of like roll off of you, or if they feel like relevant. I don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead and play. What I did notice is that some people have been using their fallback techniques, which I assumed that was only for like fallback, but I guess not. That said, we're seeing that tank has died. And there is a white mage ability that's like when your tank would die, right? Which I guess that didn't happen. I don't know. Maybe I ran out of mana? Maybe that's... like the problem is I can't actually tell what's happening, right? Like I would love to be able to go, okay, I learned what I did wrong, but I can't really tell what I did wrong there. After each defeat, the team adventures will demand financial compensation from you because you weren't efficient enough. Cool. Okay, I'm into that. You can check combat log in the barracks to better understand what caused the try to fail. Okay, sure. So demand financial compensation. I'm broke right now. So are they not going to let me choose to fight because I don't have it yet? Combat log. Okay. Wow, that's all it tells us. I can't even tell like how much health anybody had in a moment. Like presumably, there's a bit here where Guardian recovers. Guardian takes some damage. Guardian used shield up. White mage used cure. Okay, here. So white mage used cure, which healed the Guardian. Guardian doesn't gain aggro because they did the lowest total damage this turn. Okay. So they gain aggro by doing damage. Fire Demon used Tank Buster. And that's a thing, which killed the tank. However, we know that if we look at our tank, there's one about using incoming tank busters that would target an adventurer, they get shield up. But it targeted them and they died. Okay. I'm gonna go with walking in the woods. I give you great gear and you died. And I have no money. I'm curious about the dying and having no money thing. Like, until I make money, is it actually free to lose? Or is it like... because so far, money doesn't seem relevant. Until the game says, hey, you really need some money. Why should I care, right? Why don't I just not ever make money and then we're good? Divining Rod. This is a luck 5, strength -1. Oh, this is a for me item. Oh. Oh, this is a for me item. Character. Look at that. I have a Divining Rod. Can I choose to not use it? Am I using it? Luck +5, strength -1. No, I just have it now. Okay. I guess I could have maybe not picked it up. Interesting. I wanted to check out these lily pads, and presumably the big ones are better, so let's check that out. This picture has changed, hasn't it? Was it always like this? I think it's refilling. Interesting. Huh. There we go. Okay, so I can't do that. Oh, so that's why my strength matters. That's awful. I don't want that. Iris, Fulva, and Dragonfly. Okay. Are these smaller, or are they all just the same size and there's different visual sizes? Okay. Interesting. So strength really matters for your main guy. I'm into that. I think that's fun. I really like the idea of like, yeah, your stats matter for your different characters. Now, again, it's that question of, does it matter? Is it just a convenience? Sometimes convenience is relevant to a character, to a player, right? Like, I think, yeah, you could technically just grind, but, you know, you want to grind as less as you can. So optimizing your grinding can be relevant. I don't know. Interesting. But now I'm doing less damage. Which doesn't seem like the breakpoint really matters. Like, oftentimes I get things down to pretty low hits before they... Like, I'm not perfectly knocking it out with the last 40 damage or anything. So doing one less might not actually add up. Dang, I'm missing this a lot. Cool. I think I might need some more lumber. Lumber. Oh, wow. What is this? Is this just like, hey, don't go here, please? I think this is just, hey, don't go here, please. Never mind. That's nothing. That is the edge of the world. I get it now. That is really scary looking, honestly. Alright, let's try some of these trees. This is, like, quite relaxing, though. I think they did a great job with the sound design. The ambiance is lovely without being overbearing. Hopefully you can hear it well, because I don't know how well my sound is balanced. But the actual like hitting effects, very solid. Like just a nice, solid sound. Not, again, not overbearing, not understated. It's just nice. I'm wondering how the gameplay loop is going to feel like it disrupts the, like, foraging gameplay style. If I feel like I'm not allowed to just gather as much as I want, that might feel bad, but if I can gather as much as I want, that might make it feel, like, arbitrary. It's really hard to say. I feel like the thing that MMOs do when it comes to gathering is like, yeah, you could spend as long as you want gathering things, banging your head against the wall, but you're trying to, like, gather things for the purposes of, like, using them in a dungeon, so your time matters, or giving them to somebody else, so your time matters. And I don't have a problem with the game just being like, you can spend as long as you want, but, like, do the thing that you find fun because your time matters. I would love to see more games that are like, yep, no, take as long as you want. I don't care. You're allowed to grind if you want to grind. Sure, I like games that are puzzles sometimes too, but being allowed to just openly grind seems nice. I like that idea. So we'll see how much that is what the game ends up being. Or how much it's like, nope, you gotta go back in the dungeon. You didn't do anything yet, right? I'm also hoping that there's some story. I expect there will be story, characters, other people. Maybe you can even like get a different party. I don't know. this seems like we're maybe kind of still pretty early. It's beautiful. It's like, does not look extremely early. I guess I shouldn't have said it that way. But there's still like a lot of stuff that I'm expecting will be in the game eventually that is certainly not in the game now. So these ones aren't out. Oh, that hurt. Oh no. Walking into the wall of the world. Can't hit it. Okay. Walking into the wall of the world did not hurt me. Walking that thing did. Ooh, it's the shop. I again am broke, so I don't think this is gonna matter, but I'll talk to you. So, am I asking you to build one of these for me? Like, why is this costing me time? This game's gorgeous. I'm so pleased with this game. I really hope it does well. I hope that the creators get to make the best game that they can and want to make. And I hope I get to play it. I don't know. I like a game that just lets me grind. Like, there's something very cool. Like, I played web fishing, not to 100% completion. That would be absurd. I mean, I'm sure some people have, and kudos to them. But I sunk a lot of time into that game, and like, you just do it. There's no economy. It's just, you just can. You just get to do it as much as you wish, right? It is purely just how much time do you, the player, want to put into this thing. Sweet. Getting a lot of watery stuff. Maybe I should take a look at what I need. The real question is, what can I get, actually harvest within 5 strokes? You can see I only have 25 energy left, and everything seems to take 5, so kind of relevant. Ooh, that reminds me. I increased my luck by picking up this divining rod. Did that modify? Yes, it did. My quantity has increased by 10%. My rarity has not changed. Interesting. Cool. I assume it's because of that, but I don't know. It's not. Well, I want to see, is this a rock? It doesn't look like it should be, but is it? No, it's not. Okay. Unless it's like a big rock. No, okay. I'm gonna go with the tree. I think I need some more wood. Let's go with one of these big ones. No, I want to go with this yellow one over here. I am not gonna finish this. Yeah, I'm not finishing that. That's a shame. Well, so much tree. Live a good life. Alright, so I see that my meter has filled. Interesting, it's a meter. Is it just to like make sure you don't go and come back without doing anything? I wonder why that would matter. Interesting. So far, I have not developed the motivation to go do the barracks, right? The game hasn't established why I should care about beating this thing, or really give me any indication of how I can. I assume if I have like one item, like 3 items for every character, they'll probably do okay. But again, from an auto-battler standpoint, I'm not really making a ton of decisions. I'm just making them as strong as I can, which is a fine way of doing an auto-battler. It's just not really what I was expecting. I come from more of the like Hearthstone Battlegrounds, Storybook Brawl, Once Upon a Galaxy style of auto-battlers, in which you've got a card and it says exactly what it does, it has only 2 stats, and it just has an ability. And then those abilities interact with each other in meaningful ways, and you can really make informed decisions. Just being like, I'm gonna make stat number as big as I can and then hope for the best, is how this is feeling so far, which isn't great, personally. Maybe it is great, I don't know. So, I'm wondering about buying stuff. I can sell you things, right? And then I can buy stuff from the workshop, also from the Wanderer. So having money does seem relevant in that sense. The question is, 500 for a Celestial Tiara gives me... Oh, do I still have to craft with it? You can see it's got this... It must be just a blueprint. I can buy blueprints. I don't buy a finished product because this doesn't have stats, right? Yes, that's gotta be what it is. Okay, this is buying blueprints. That would be nice if that is more telegraphed. Like maybe they don't have this actual image, or maybe they have like a little blueprint like icon on them or something. That would be nice. Cool. Cool. Well, in that case, if I sell all my stuff to make money, which I could do, right? I could just sell everything and go back into the woods. Maybe I do that. Maybe I just sell everything and go back into the woods. If that's the goal, I should be trying to find the things that sell for the most, right? Can I just sell all? I don't have a sell all button, do I? Oh, that's gonna take a long time. That's a little bit annoying. Vivacity, insolence, celerity, insolence, mana aegis. Mana aegis. 5% of damage taken from mana before life. That's cool if you have a character that doesn't really use their mana much. Huh. This is fun. Oh, I'm kind of enjoying this. This is kind of cool. These effects. Ooh, a vampirism? Okay, I might want to keep my Drosera then. I can really give somebody vampirism. I like that. That's cool. Alright, I'm definitely seeing the, like, the pieces, right? It's not just make my stats as best as I can, because, ooh, I can also add Mana Aegis, or I can also add, you know, Vampirism. That's cool. Okay, actually, let's try and make something with Vampirism. Is there anything so far that cares about that element? Right? If we go to... we want to look for things that care about... I think it was the grass element. Okay, just do all. Just do all. Grass element. Grass element. So far, nothing cares about grass element. Okay. What about if I go over here? Do any of these pieces care about grass element? No, no. Piety, luck, charm. Okay. No, no. Titan necklace, HP, power, and elemental resistance. Okay. Magic robe. HP, 20%. Okay. And Thorn Shield, armor penetration, 2%. That's cool. Alright. I'm also wondering if there's like an engine to any of this. So let me actually grab my inventory. Not my inventory. Here? No. I'm gonna go take a look at my equipped adventurers. Because there is a chance. Oftentimes with games like this, and by games like this I mean like, you know, cozy life sim crafting games, there's engine building stuff where, oh, don't just, you grew a head of lettuce, and you could just sell the head of lettuce, but you could make a salad out of it first, and now it sells for more, right? Looks like I can only sell my components. I can't sell, like, the robe I made. Which seems a little bit, I wonder if that's going to be in the game or not, because that does seem a little bit simple. Right? Like, there's no system for me to invest in to make more money by putting in more effort. It's just sell all the stuff I have, right? Guess we'll see. Guess we'll see. Okay, so I can craft directly from here. Yeah, I probably should just craft directly from here. Let's craft a healing rod. It wants water, huh? What do my water elements look like? A lot of stuff. Okay. Let's instead take a look at talents first. All talents. We've got Mana Aegis, we've got Insolence, we've got Toughness, we've got Vampirism, I'm very excited for that, Drosera. Let's see where I got that from. And we got Small Droops. Small Droops. What I noticed the most is that my tank got killed by the Tank Buster. Let's take a look at that. Fire team used Tank Buster. Guardian took 2,000 damage and then died. Wants to use ice but is missing mana to do so. Instead used prayer. Yeah, there we go. So mana is definitely really important. But I'm curious, I don't have any stats on Tank Buster. Do you think Tank Buster ignores armor? Let's see. 2,213. We don't know how much it's normally supposed to do, so it's really hard for us to say. But we do have some resistances. We got 210 here. I think that was probably reducing the damage, right? If we just think about the numbers that showed up. And then armor penetrations down here. Yeah, so if 210 is just basic attack resist or 75 fire. 2213 is how much it did. No, it's definitely not a 1-to-1 reduction. So that'd be like 2,000, like 500 or something, right? Which it's not. Okay. I'm not sure. Oh, cool. Here we have the mana. Plus 100 mana per turn, and they have 750. Oh, so that's something I can actually like think about and actually make some thoughts about. It's funny. This is reminding me kind of the like there's like those backpack style auto battlers that we've seen recently, and they have this thing where, oh, you got to manage how much resources you're generating per tick and then how much you're consuming, and that's like a cool system, and that's in here. Those tend to be a lot more fast-paced than this. I'm like really like sitting here and thinking about it, which I think I like this pace better, but you know, if I end up just doing less, that might not actually be as fun. We shall see. I think I want to get the Guardian some armor. This is the armor. It looks like this. And I'd also love to give them some health regen. They don't do a lot of damage, unfortunately, so maybe that's not going to work. Maybe I don't want to give them health regen because they're not doing enough damage for health regen to matter, right? Like, yeah. Oh, actually, how much mana are they using? That's a good question. Because they have 750 mana, and they use 100, 200, 500. Performs a single target attack. So usually they're like aggroing for 100 mana, or blocking for 200, and otherwise they attack. They're not usually attacking, which is sort of the problem. They need to like use, they're just taunting to maintain aggro. They're not aggro. They're not doing damage. So damage causes aggro to be raised, but they will instead not do damage, and so someone else is getting aggro, but they can reduce the aggro someone else has and buff their own. Gotcha. So really we want to focus on resistances. And if they don't use Shield Bash, that's actually good for me. I'm happy for them to not use their Shield Bash. So I think I might actually do that. Well, okay, I say that, but 750, I could probably just give them more health than 750, right? Like, if I just had something that gives bonus health, isn't that gonna just do more? Let me take a look. Where's the one that does that? 5% of damage taken from mana before life. Oh, is it and it buffs their mana by 5%? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, that's kind of cool. But yeah, also it's pretty high numbers to do anything. Aggro generation and bonus HP. We probably want to just do an insolence one, right? Interesting. I mean, it's toughness, right? Just do toughness. Why am I, like, overcomplicating this? Just give me the HP. Come on. We don't do damage with them, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, alright. So now we just want as much earth as we can. And I think the best way to do that is to put a big earth item in the middle, like this one. Actually, I think I just do this one on all of them. We just do pyrite all the way around, right? Yeah. Again, it's more solar if I do this one, but it doesn't look like that's changing the multiplier, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, sweet. Boom. You've got some sweet armor now. We love to see it. How does that compare to my other armor, actually? You know what? Actually, I can just do this, can't I? Okay. So we got this armor, which is plus 145 armor. That's it. This is plus 157 armor and bonus. Okay, so yeah, this armor was kind of useless, unfortunately. However, I think that the Swordmaster should actually be doing a ton of damage. That's kind of their thing. So if we can give them, in addition, a sword, which has the vampirism, that could be sweet. Mana Aegis, vampirism. Okay, vampirism is based on leaves, though. So that might be kind of problematic. So I need both leaf and I need both of these. Nothing is doing both, so it's just going to be kind of worse at both. Well, let's instead look. What if I don't want that? What if I want a ring? Power ring? We can do a power ring. You know, I'm going to be using solar anyway, right? Why not? Throw in the vampirism, and then we just do... What's my biggest green? 200, 200, 200, 300, and 500. Okay. So I gotta do some quick maths, and by maths I mean letting the thing tell me what happens. Alright, this has 1,000 leaf, which I don't know the name of, Flora probably. Whereas if I put leaves on the outside, that's 15. And then if I put this on the inside, it's 12. Okay, so I only care about leaves. Well, no, I care about solar too, don't I? Because I wanted the power increase. Oh, yeah. That is a little annoying. So is it really changing it that much? 15 to do that, whereas... it's not that big of a difference. I might prefer this. What if I swap one of these out for another one of these? That does not help at all. Okay, cool. So 24 power seems pretty low. But 10%, it goes, yeah. We want to just barely go over this limit if we can help it. 10% of damage dealt leeches life seems really strong. Okay. I'll make that. Cool. And honestly, I probably still don't actually want to do any more dungeon diving right now. For the one part, I'm broke. But otherwise, I just think I'm not in a position to make the best gear I can. I should be instead saying, cool, power, healing rod, that gives me stuff, cool, what can I do with that? None of this is relevant. I wonder if celerity is mana regeneration. It might be. Is there any way I can test that? You have mana regeneration of 100 per turn, and celerity of 1. Everyone's got celerity of 1, though. Okay. I'm guessing that's what it is. That's my guess. It's not like it's based on intelligence or anything. Or piety. Because we have two characters who have those stats different. Or multiple, actually, even. Oh, I was hoping to check how these changed, actually. So if my base is 400, and I have 10 power and 100 piety, I get 950. But if I have 50 piety, it goes down to 819. I have no idea what that means. I have absolutely no clue. Let's see what happens if I try and fight again. Ah, it just lets me do it. Alright. So they're definitely doing fire damage. I'm not sure how roguelike this actually is going to end up being, but there's something very cool about, like... I like making a well-rounded party in most games, but I think this game actually says, no, feel free to say you're fighting the fire demon, gear up on fire resist, right? That's cool, I'm into that. Swordmaster does. Attack. Okay. I'm gonna have to read this later. It's like, it's just too much stuff. I don't know. We're doing definitely not enough damage. Like, we've done what? 1,000? No, well, 10,000. Okay. Honestly, the damage is not that bad. It's just that, like, I don't know what my health is at, right? Only getting 100 mana per round seems really low. recovers mana. So the fact that they can like take it. Oh wow. Oh, that was the mage dying ability. I remember seeing that. Oh wow. Well, that was interesting. Cool. Did I learn anything from that? I think I did. Mostly though, wait, 2 days, 1 hour. Oh, this is a timer. Oh, something bad's gonna happen at the end of this timer. Oh, I thought it was how much time had passed. This is a deadline. So this is why it matters. Okay, cool. I still think there's something cool about saying, oh, I can just do whatever I want. I don't need to worry about things. But, at the same time, I like having a timer. I think that's fun. I like having a deadline. But I also like the idea of free play, so we'll see how much I end up going. I just want to fish, which tends to be my opinion in most games at most times. Oh, this one takes a little bit of timing. Alright, let's get down one of these big trees. This is a different biome I'm in now. I've only been in the other biome before, the swamp. But, you know. I thought, let's branch out. Maybe we can get some different things. Maybe this butterfly has a cool ability that I have been missing out on. Is this a... Yeah, it is. Okay. I wasn't sure. Oh, got it in 3. Tiny berries, butterfly, cool. I'm enjoying the crafting system. It is a little weird. I was expecting more like, hey, would you like to craft? This is how crafting works. Like, this is what it requires. But it's not requirements. It's just, you are making this thing, period. You can now make it a better thing, depending on what you put into it, right? I like that a lot. It is really this idea of, like, you are making this. It's not defaultly doing anything. It's only what you put into it that matters. However, because you're using this ingredient via this recipe, you can extract... You're really just using the recipe to extract power out of the ingredients you're using. I think that's pretty cool. I do also wish I knew how to unequip things, which feels weird to me that I don't know how to do that. Right? Like, I'm not saying this is not worth it. It probably is worth it. It's just, like, weird. Oh wait, no, this directly increases my quantity by 10%. So I have no idea what my luck's doing then. You'd think luck would just be rarity. Weird. Oh, it's the shop again. You know, if the shop would buy things, or if I could, like, trade stuff for things, might be kind of interesting, but I can't do that. So I guess the game is encouraging me to have a big fat stacks change at all times. I would be interested in approaching this game from I'm just gonna get resources and sell them, and just rinse and repeat until I have like 2,000 bucks, and then start engaging with the rest of the game. However, I don't know if that's what the game wants me to be doing or not. Like, it's just kind of weird because, again, there's no system. The game's like, oh, if you do this and this, you get money. Instead, it's like, do you want to sell it or do you want to keep it? And I'm like, I guess I'll keep it. I don't have a huge motivation to sell it yet. Right? Yeah. We'll see. There might be like a ramping up of systems at some point to make that make sense, but so far, I'm a little unsure. I hope that this rambling is something that the devs end up getting to like listen to and get some real like, I played the game and these are my raw thoughts. I don't expect many people are going to watch this VOD, but if the devs do, hi devs, I'm really liking this game. But I do have all of the concerns I mentioned before, which is not necessarily like, ha, you should be doing this, but it is this idea of, these are the thoughts I am feeling as I play it. We'll see how much they hold true. We'll see if they are things that you're already planning on resolving. They'll feel if it's things where you go, actually, I like that you felt that way, and I wanted you to feel that way. Whatever it happens to be. I generally don't think that playtesting, which is what I'm basically doing, right? This is the playtest copy, this is the demo copy, needs to be a question of, here's what you should do with your game. Instead, it is simply, this is how I felt about it. Do with that what you will. Wrong tool? I didn't think that would matter. Wow, there's a penalty for using the wrong tool. That's a little bit of a bummer. Don't know if it's a bad thing, but it's certainly a bummer. It can be both. Don't know why I'm hitting that one instead of the one directly in front of me. Was I too close to it? I guess I was too close. That's weird. Alright, hitboxes being kind of odd. Anything else I want to get while I'm here? Let's take a look at the exploration journal. We got wheat ears, we got feathers. Actually, some stuff that makes green could be relevant. Small droops. Oh, it also tells us what they do. Agility, evasion, berserker. Ooh, aurum titum. That sounds nuts. Big bushes for that. Knowledge. Whatever knowledge is. Although it seems like a good ingredient. It's got 300 over here. Kind of cool. Assailant. Don't know what that is. Heart and soul. Medlar fruit. Seems pretty good. So Medlar. Magic economy. I do wonder what a magic economy is. Let's see if we can get some of that. Let's go to a weeping willow. Or a poplar. Which do you want to do more? Poplar can give beefy rhinoceros and hardwood. Toughness has been pretty good, I think. And this one gives spirit butterflies. Let's go with the poplar. Poplars look like this. Oh, there's a poplar. Okay. I think these were in the swamp as well. That's why I was going to the swamp in the first place. I was like, it seems like it just kind of has everything. Let's see if we get anything. I got some wood. Okay. I think these are poplars. They look like poplars. And by that I mean they look like the image of poplars that I saw. I'm not really enjoying this. There's something very satisfying about just clicking to chop down a tree. Like, it seems ridiculous when you say it, but it's nice. Oh, I can tell they don't have fishing in the game yet, but it's coming, and I just want to fish. I don't know how much I'm going to want to fish if I have a time limit, you know? If I have a deadline. So I think I'm going to play until that deadline runs out so I can see what it does and give an honest reaction to it. I have a feeling like it's like, you didn't beat the boss. The boss kills you. Start another run, and I'm going to lose all my progress. That's kind of what the vibe I'm getting is, and I'm a little worried about me being correct. But I guess I'll find out, and then if I find out, I'll be able to plan ahead and make better decisions next time I play. And that's good. I was intending to be not streaming as long as I have been so far, but honestly, yeah, let's finish this up if we can. So, first things first, over to the anvil. Anything cool? Let's take a look at our talents. We've got, oh, I did find an Aurum Titan. That's amazing. Okay. Berserker, plus 100% power, plus 80% damage taken. Okay, but the more energy you put into Berserker, the less damage bonus that you take is. Okay, that's cool. It's always plus 100 power, though. So you put only 1600 solar into this, and you get 100 power out. That's pretty good. And then from then on, it's just about not taking bonus damage. That's so expensive, though. 1600 solar? I can't always do that. Beefy beetles, mana aegis, toughness, nice. Vivacity, I still don't know if celerity does what I think it does. I think it's mana regen. Because it seems like it's just turns in this game. I don't think there's actually, like, speed. So I think celerity is mana regen. I think celerity uses mana regen in a bunch of games, which is why it feels that way to me, and why, potentially, the devs assumed I would just guess that. I won't say, like, things are just not defined, like, from a usability standpoint, and this is, I'm assuming, a thing that is expected and intended to be built on as the game gets developed. But it's entirely possible that it goes completely in oversight, so I feel like I'd be remiss not to mention, you gotta have tooltips. Like, what does this mean, right? What does this mean? Soul Barrier, this is resistances. Okay, so what's agility do? Dexterity, I don't know what dexterity does. And then it gives dexterity 10 plus 5, 15 plus 10, and 20 plus 15. I'm kind of assuming so far that, resume. I'm kind of assuming so far that most stats are just when you see a character call it out. Like, I don't need to know what piety does, because it doesn't do anything. What it does is buff the thing that says it uses piety. That's sort of my assumption so far. And since Dex is one of these base stats, I'm assuming it's just that the archer uses Dex, and that's it. I don't need Dex on literally anyone who's not using it as listed here, right? So technically, this guy needs some strength because their other attacks, their non-top two, use it. White Mage needs piety, but doesn't ever need a strength because they're never going to use it. The Black Mage needs intelligence and intelligence, but never any basic attack. And then the Swordmaster needs strength, needs strength, needs strength, needs strength. So that's sort of where I'm at. Power seems to be like the god stat, as other games would call it, where it just kind of buffs all of your stuff, which is great, but probably it either has a worse exchange rate or it's harder to get big amounts of. That is my assumption. Again, I just want to jump into crafting so I can look at the talents, because talents are the coolest thing in the game so far. And Butterfly. Bonus starting mana, and I guess max mana. Again, I think regen is going to be one of the most important things. But that said, look at this, right? Titan Aurum starts at 16, whereas this maxes out at 16. So there's definitely this like level of, you're at the point in the game where this matters, you're not at the point in the game where you should be bothering with this yet. That's cool. 500 mana 40%. That's a huge bonus if I can get it. And we've seen me max out some things, although Echo I think has been kind of hard to get, so we'll see. But my pal, I don't know, I didn't look at everyone's stats, but the Guardian I know had 750 mana, so 500 is a lot on top of that. Could really help my like healers continue to heal and not run out of stuff. So that could be something worth looking at. And then Mana Well, what's this do? Mana 40, but ooh, bonus regen. Okay. We want this. The question is, do I use these tiny berries for my offensive caster or for my healer? I think healer. Yeah, alright. If that's the case, have I made a healing rod yet? I think I did. I think we're gonna find that I don't use the anvil much in this game. It's gonna just be using this stuff. No, I haven't. Okay, cool. So let's craft a new item. Let's make this healing rod. I would like the tiny berries, please. They look sweet, and they use water, and this is a water item. Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's amazing. Okay, let's look at water. Our best shot for water is 600, 500, 400, 300, 200, 200, 200, 200. Okay. 600 and 800. That's such a big number that is kind of annoying that it's so big, because it feels wasted. I only have a couple of these. How much of this do I have? Okay, I got a lot of clay powder, which is going to be nice. I'm glad I have so much clay powder. I need that. Do I want the Aurum Titan? I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but like it feels like I should save that. Iris, I'm going to use these. I only have one of them though. So the question again, as always, becomes, do I want to do this? which is 1,125. Or do I want to do this, which is just a flat 1,000? This consumes less relevant resources, I feel like. I think I'm happy with this. This seems fine to me. Cool. Mage certainly doesn't have a lot of survivability. Let's take a look at that log again. So, are we seeing people dying? Did we die because we couldn't get healed? White mage doesn't gain aggro, sure. White mage used prayer, gaining mana. Why did they do that? Why didn't they heal? White mage doesn't gain aggro. White mage used cure. Wants to use ice, but is missing mana. So maybe I should. Yeah, let's get black mage some mana. I think is what we want to do. Craft a new item. Mage robe gives mana. Sweet. And then does anything else additionally give mana? This gives mana, but it's echo, which is a little bit annoying. This just gives us health, strength. I really don't want to waste my water is the thing, you know? Like, I get, actually, you know what we'll do? We'll take a look and we'll say, oh, would you look at that? This uses water and grass. So, maybe there's a relevant grass. No, there's not. Okay. A little bit annoying, but that's fine. $16, huh? You know, if they don't have aggro, who cares, right? I don't have enough solar. It doesn't matter. I don't have enough solar. Yeah, it's irrelevant. Okay, don't worry about that. We're not making that. I think at the moment the issue here is just that I don't have anything that uses the right talent because I used it on white mage. So as much as I would like to do that, I don't know if it's relevant to do that at the moment. I think I just made the robes anyway. Yeah, I think we just omit the situation. 400, 300. I have very few like bonus anyway. It's not even gonna be very good. Screw it. Let's just not worry about that right now. What else do we have? You're pretty good. I think just getting the healer up is probably a huge benefit. HP. Can we give you an HP ring? With earth bonus? Okay. Bonus toughness. I think keeping a healer alive is always really good. So let's just do a full-on earth ring. What's the best? We got 600, 200, 300, 200, 300, 200, 200. Okay, so I think we just put this in the middle. The Rhinoceros beetle. And then we fill the rest with the clay powder, which is going to be both multiplier and give the bonus, right? Actually, this is... Oh, I can hover! Okay, sweet. 200 and 200 is 400, whereas this is 600. So it's getting a better benefit. We're just barely out of range, which is annoying, but it's probably fine. I think that's still the right play. And let's go for another run. Let's do a fight. I'm broke, so I don't even know why they're doing this, but... We've done so little damage and failed, I'm sure we can't win this, like, yet. We'll see. Again, it's weird I can't see their, like, health or their mana. Maybe that's kind of a good thing. Like, you just get the battle report, like, oh, I got hit really hard and it sucked. And you're sitting there being like, I'm trying my best to outfit you, but I don't know what happened. That's kind of cool. I'm glad I get to watch it. It's a cool idea. You could definitely see a game like this where they leave and then they just come back beaten and they tell you what happened. And that'd be kind of funny, but it's more interesting just to watch it. I'm glad I get to watch it, even though I'm not really following, but I like that I get to watch it. So, yeah, it's a cool idea. So we did break down the first 10,000. That's good. How is everyone doing for health? Healing looks like it's going okay. We didn't see... Actually, can I do a pause here real quick? I'm curious about this. White Mage did a big heal on the Guardian. Did it say... So, okay, it just said White Mage used Cure. It didn't say White Mage wanted to use Choir. If the White Mage wanted to use Choir, that means the average party health has dipped below 60%. So we know that we at least don't have average party health below 60. That said, I tried to make the healer really tanky, so maybe it's not below 60 because the healer is not... Well, okay, now it's under 60%. Okay, cool. White Mage doesn't think an aggro, Mage doesn't think an aggro, shield bash. Wants to use heal acquire but can't. Okay, yes, let's actually take a look at that. That went by really fast. I want to take a look at that. Wants to use healing acquire but is missing mana to do so. So instead used Cure. So this is the thing. I really need to keep their mana high, because they're the only thing keeping us alive, right? Yeah. Instead, used a single target heal instead. I wonder if they shouldn't have done that and instead should have tried... I'd be interested in a game where it's basically like this, but... And maybe this is that game, and we just need to like level up our party before we have the choices. But I could definitely see a thing where there's a number of scripts, right? Oh, are we dead? We just die. Oh, we just die. Oh, wow. Okay. Let me take a look at that real quick. Just scroll to the bottom, please. Fire Demon used actions, Fire Pillars. We took infinite damage. What am I supposed to do about that? Is it fire damage? No, it's not fire damage. We can tell because this is fire damage. You know what? I'm kind of taking that as meaning maybe I just won. Like, maybe that's it's just like, at a certain point, when you get them down to like so much HP, they just kill you. So make the game continue. For the sake of the demo. I could see it. Wait, I have 800 stamina still. Oh, I didn't do anything since, I did some foraging and then I slept. And then I did a battle. Okay. I guess the question I have is, can anything stop a killing blow like that? The answer is probably no, and it's just a thing about the game working the way it's working. But maybe it is. Let's take a look at these. We can take a look at all of the stuff. Assailant. We don't know what assailant... The problem is I can't look at what these do yet until I find them. Which I'm kind of okay with the idea of, like, you need to find it to identify it and then you'll have it in your log. Unfortunately, I still don't have it in my log, right? Like, what's this? There's a little bar here. Interesting. Insolence. I know I've collected pirate in the past, so that makes sense. Retaliation. Ooh. Maybe we go for Firestone. That sounds promising. Eloquence. Yeah, I like the idea of just like reading into names. I think that is fun. Again, something like Celerity, I don't think should be something I need to read into. I would love it if there was some narrativization of why do I know this is here and that this has this talent. If there's like, you know, a guild or whatever, and people know these things, that's cool. But if they don't know what it does, I don't know why they would know what its name but don't know what it does. That's kind of weird, but whatever. I love the idea of going like, oh, you know it's out there for some reason, but you don't know what it does until you find it. That's cool. I think that's very fun. Discretion. That might be relevant too. Soul Pact. Okay, so lots of cool things in the cave. I might try and do some irregular mushrooms. And then, yeah. Let's also, just real quick, do any of these feel relevant? Berserker, that's bad for me. Knowledge, probably not help. Carapace, maybe. Maybe Carapace matters. Sharp Body, that could matter too. Assailant. Assailant might be something. I don't know. Hardened Soul might matter. Like, I've played games before where the boss says, this is an insta-kill. Did you have something to stop me from insta-killing you? Right? And I'm okay with that as a game mechanic. Weird as the first boss, but honestly, I'd rather a game do something cool and interesting than have the first boss be impossible to lose against. I don't know what this bar here is trying to tell me. I guess it's just telling me what it is. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and do that. Oh, blood pack. Wow, there's some cool things. Insect in amber. This gives 1,000 echo and nothing else. Wild. I guess it sells for a lot too. Not that much even. Weird. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the cave. I haven't been to the cave yet anyway. And I think that it's got some cool stuff. So we're looking for irregular mushrooms, not mushrooms. What does that look like? These are mushrooms. These are irregular mushrooms. These are mushrooms. These are irregular mushrooms. Additionally, Assailant, I'm kind of curious what it does, so I wouldn't mind picking up some small rocks. These don't seem to really do anything relevant. I mean, big solar, but that's not really what we're looking for. I think I've had Pyrite before, so I've definitely seen Insolence. I just don't remember what it did. Okay, this is the one we want. Black Rock. Retaliation and overclocking might matter. That probably doesn't mean anything. That probably doesn't mean anything. So irregular mushrooms and Black Rock are my go-to. However, I wouldn't mind picking up a little bit of Rock Pool for Assailant. That would be nice too. And maybe Eloquence. Whereas, what else does the other one do? This one has Insolence. Does this one have Assailant? Yeah, it does. Okay. This is an epic level. This is also epic level. Okay, so rock pools, black rocks, and irregular mushrooms are what we're looking for. That said, what is this, do you think? Is this anything? It's just nothing, huh? Okay. Oh, treasure chest. What do we get? Collector coin. Reward gold plus 10%. Sweet. I didn't know there was reward gold. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe this is like a bounty, and once it's over, it's over. You think these are irregular mushrooms or basic mushrooms? Those are basic mushrooms. Okay, cool. Ooh, rock pool. Let's try out rock pool. Is this... It's a pickaxe. Okay. I don't know what a rock pool is, I guess. Oops. My mouse sometimes does that. Gravel and opal. Okay. This is I think a black rock. Coal, flint, and amethyst. Is that right? Yes, it is. Okay, cool. Ooh, another chest. I should be exploring these areas more, it seems like. Diapason. Something about quantity, something about rarity. They both go up. I'll take it. But it's clipped off the edge of the screen. So, you know, bug report that, I guess. What are these? Is this anything? Oh, that's just the wall. I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool. Is this anything? It is something. I don't think I should be wasting my time with it, but it is something. Gypsum. Hello? Ah, so it's a shiny rock. You know what? It was shiny. I will give you that. Things with raw stats definitely seem like they matter a lot. Like, I kept being like, oh, I want to build this thing with water, and I just didn't have enough water to be relevant. Is there anything with water in here that's relevant? This is like, I mean, it's obviously an earth cave. It's got mostly earth. Gypsum gives a little bit of water. Opal gives a tiny bit as well. Like, unless it's like 500. Okay, centipedes I can get from regular mushrooms. And also irregular mushrooms. And divine mushrooms. Okay, cool. So we're definitely trying to keep an eye out for... Ooh, irregular mushrooms. Okay. Try not to miss. Nice. Okay, centipede in a devil's cage. Okay. Alright. Very cool. Black rock has still been pretty fun so far. You know, I don't even remember hearing it say, or reading, that you harvest the mushrooms with the sickle, whatever it's called. But it just is, I like how intuitive this is. There's something, I think, about games where you go, oh, should there be like some challenge to doing this thing? What is, oh, I don't want to hit that. What is the challenge here, right? And the challenge of swapping between items correctly is negligible. It doesn't exist. Now, it could just automatically use the correct one. So the game is still making me do that thinking. But I think that even though something is easy doesn't mean it's not worth having in the game, right? I think that's something that's very fun to say. It's just satisfying to be like, yep, I did it. Even though it was easy, I still did it, and that's cool. I don't know. It's not something I'm actively thinking about. Like, but fun isn't something you actively think about. It's something that, you know, a critic might analyze because they want to think about it. But in play, you just go like, nah, that's satisfying. I liked that. You know, it just happened, or you don't actually even think that is the thing. I do not know what a rock pool is. It is this is the thing that's confusing me the most. I don't know what that is. I'm definitely trying to farm these more than anything else. So that's cool. Centipede, Devil's Cage. Devil's Cage is not the thing that gives the thing, right? That's so not helpful, Darcy. That's true. It's, ooh, Divine Mushrooms, though. I'm getting some pretty epic loot. I will double check. Maybe Devil's Cage is actually what gives Retaliate. If it is, the thing is, maybe I want to get, like, 3 of them so I can give 1 to each of my party members, but I don't actually need a ton of them, right? That's a good point. Alright, let's take a look at our inventory. First things first. It is a Devil's Cage that gives healthy. Wait, healthy? Oh. I'm thinking of Firestone. So I should be doing the black things. Okay. So, healthy, cool. Soul Pact, cool. How many of those did I pick? 2 of them so far. Oh, and I can read what it does now. Sweet. 2% of max mana is consumed to be added as a bonus elemental damage. That is... okay. Cool. Show me things that do stuff. Okay, wait. Special and tact. Special and tact. Does special mean... I don't know what special means in this context. This can't be everything, right? Like... this is agility. Yeah, okay. Agility does just give you dexterity. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm not... oh, I can see from here if they have talents, though. That's good. Okay, so I can say this one has a talent. It's discretion. It reduces aggro. Ah, okay. Vivacity, celerity, dexterity, sure. Mana. That's sweet, actually. I should probably be getting butterflies if I can find them. Soul barrier. Elemental resistances. Bonus HP, always good. Eloquence. Lowers mana. All elemental penetration is increased. Unlike the Berserker, where it does something powerful and then the drawback is diminished with level, the actual drawback seems to be getting stronger. Unless it's like reducing how much mana your spells cost. If so, not clear. This makes it look like you actually have less mana, which is very bad. So I don't even know if I'd want to level this up because I'm getting bonus elemental penetration. Again, I don't know. Lots of games do this, so this is not like a bad thing that this game is doing it. But I don't need to think about. Okay, I got this much fire damage, and then I have penetration because I need to buy off the amount of fire resistance that guy has. I'm like, okay. Just like, whatever. Okay. I think it's just too many systems. For my own personal preference, that's all. Why does that do that? Weird, okay. Anyway, with that in mind, I think I want to switch to black rocks until I find something really cool in one of them. I'm not sure if any of these items in this place really are giving me the elements I'm interested in. They might be almost really only, that's a weird way of saying that, giving me abilities. And I think abilities are cool, so I'm okay with that. But Firestone, let's go. You really do get into a rhythm with these. I like it. It's just satisfying. You don't need to be super optimal, but you get rewarded for doing so. And it's nice and satisfying. What more can I ask for? Oh, this is my weird banner. Okay. That reminds me. Maybe that's what I have to do. Maybe I need to try and charge that banner. Maybe that is like the only way forward. I can see that. I can see that being kind of the whole game. So I need to see if I can find a way to increase my damage so that... I should see what this does now that I have access to it, actually, now that I think about it. Retaliation. Damage dealt 1.1 times during 2 turns after taking damage. Also plus 50%. So I think it's saying that all of my damage output is increased by 1.1 times, so like 10%. For the next 2 turns after any time I take damage. So if I don't take damage, I don't get the damage bonus. And if I do take the damage, but then don't take damage for 2 turns, I continue to keep that bonus. That seems pretty good. Maybe? What have I not grabbed yet? Do I have any iron ore? Iron ore. Iron ore. I guess not. Okay, let's get some iron ore. What else? Insolence is pyrite. I still want an emerald because it'd be funny if I got one. Opals or eloquence. And then another iron ore. Ooh, more clay powder. I can always use more clay powder. Ooh, an orpiment. Don't know what that is, but I could really use the solar. Like, just so everything needs solar, right? So that might be worth doing. Just for the orpiment. Big Mycia is faith. And Soul Pact. Which I have forgotten entirely what Soul Pact does. What does it do? 2% of max mana is consumed as bonus elemental damage. Meh. Meh, meh. I want iron ore. And I want... Honestly, I think I'm just going to do big rocks. Just give me some big rocks. Oh, wait, I don't know what a big rock looks like. Big rock looks like this. It's gray and it's tall. Okay. Is this a big rock? Small rock. Maybe? Oh, this is a little bit unclear. This is a small rock, right? Or is that a small rock? Are they different? I think this is a big rock and that's a small rock. But what about this? Is that a small rock? Oh no. Oh, a chest. Crooked dice. Luck plus 10. I'll take them. Hey-oh. Everyone knows you're luckier if you are just kind of carrying around loaded dice. Duh. Do. Big rock. What does a big rock look like? I'm gonna try this. I will say this is a big rock, but no, it's a shiny rock. That's a big rock. That's gotta be a big rock, right? Like it has to be. Look how big it is. And it's not shiny. More importantly, it's not shiny. I need to get the timing on this right. There we go. Yeah. Copper, clay, gravel. Let me just double check that is in the big rock table. Copper, clay, gravel. Yes. Does anything else have copper? No. So that is definitely a big rock. Oh, this is copper though. Also clay and gravel. Oh, no clay though. Alright, sweet. Alright, so we've identified what a big rock looks like, which is a sentence that a video game makes you say sometimes. I like it, honestly. Like, it's such a satisfying system. It's just like, there's stuff, and there's these nodes, but it's, you know, you still gotta like look at things and assess the situation. I'm down. I'm so down to clown. I love it. Now that doesn't mean that any of these aren't also big rocks, because sometimes different things are different sizes, and that might just have been a big rock. Alright, let's try one of these little small rocks and see if it's a small rock. Quartz and iron ore. That's got quartz. It's got iron. What about this? Does this have quartz and iron? It does not. Okay, so that was definitely a small rock. Good to know. However, tell me about quartz and iron, because I don't actually think I have seen iron yet. Assailant. It's purely a bonus power. That said, power is used by everyone, so this is probably a really useful ingredient. Also, 400 is pretty good. So, yeah, I'll take it. Seems like a plan to me. I've been here before. Hey, B! Well, I think that's all the time I've got for today. This has been a look at Teamcrafter. I'm having a great time, but it's time for me to head out. Bye, everybody!